Oh, that was a cool opening.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
chats. Hello, gentlemen. Thanks for joining me and Jason tonight. Jason, how was your day?
It sucked, but I'm glad to be here now.
Well, now it's about to get better, right?
Yes.
So, Savage Crucible. We have Stell, Tim, GD, the team,
Thanks for having us.
the people behind the magic of these amazing figures.
Oh,
How
Happy to
about
be
we-
here, guys.
Stop it. All right, go on.
How about we do this? We start off. You guys tell us something about yourself. Tell us about your role in Savage Crucibles and how you're feeling about the line so far. Anybody start? Go ahead.
No, you're up.
Go ahead. Start us off, Tim.
I heard Stell, but I'll go ahead
Stell?
and go. I'll go.
I was trying to dodge that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a prototype painter. Amongst I don't know. We play many roles, all of us do, but I guess my main title would be prototype painter. So, can any of you guys hear that?
There's
Yeah,
a
it's my
strange
fault.
ringing.
That's my fault. I'm trying to silence that.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry, that threw me off.
Napatuma.
I swear I'm not having a stroke on your show. It was just weird. It threw me off
That
for a
would
minute.
be.
So. Yeah. Anyways, we all play many roles, honestly, in the company, but yeah, my main title would be prototype painter. So we'll just stick with that.
Well, I've seen your work and it is absolutely amazing, especially
Oh, thanks.
the
Well,
shows
I mean,
you do.
I'm truly honored to be able to walk with giants, let's just say. So thank you for that.
GD?
Thanks. Mostly graphic design at the moment, like social media posts, whatever Rob and Nikki feel they need, tweaking packaging, stuff like that. A little bit of sculpting on some of the accessories. I'd like to get into that a little bit more, but Kevin's got that market cornered, so I don't want to get in the way. But yeah, it's pretty much a little bit of graphic design here and there whenever is necessary.
He's
So you
being
do-
humble.
So you
Yeah,
do all the
very humble.
packaging?
So far, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're the one that's my new wallpaper then.
Exactly. See, he's
Outstanding.
modest. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
being
we
very
get more
humble.
meat and
I collect a
potatoes.
lot of other people's work and I put it together. Let's put it that way.
Fibber.
Outstanding.
You-
Stell, you're
Yeah.
up, buddy.
I was going to say
Oh,
you avoided it.
It's me, my turn. Unofficial CEO of the company.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. No, I run the Savage Crucible YouTube channel. So I plan whatever updated shows we have going on. I help Tim also with his Creative Crucible, the other channel that we have that we do. We bring on different artists, whether it's painting, photography. You guys were on there. So do that, and then I am honored to offer some creative input too with the line when it comes to new designs and things like that. So
He does very much.
yeah.
Again,
So
you have to
Wow.
excuse us. We're not egomaniacs. So
Yeah,
you're gonna get
yeah.
you're gonna get the bare minimum out of that kind of question.
Not
So
worry. I mean, at least for
toy
me, I'm a
fanatic
fan.
first and foremost in heart. I think everybody here,
I'm a
can
huge
attest to that.
fanboy of all your guys' work. So guess what?
Ah,
You're
thank
gonna
you.
get praised. So the Savage Crucible journey. How did it start for all you guys? Was it just? I mean, because I know you guys had my action figure customs beforehand, correct?
Mhm.
And that was an awesome project. I mean, all the pieces that you guys made, the custom pieces you guys made were amazing. So did that kind of help push it towards we're making these pieces for all these lines? Why not just do ours?
In a nutshell,
Pretty much, yeah.
you
covered it.
you literally just summed that up pretty much.
That's the Cliff Note version right there, if I ever read one.
Yeah, I think the last I think the last thing for MAFC was the Beyond the Realm stuff, right, Gordon?
Right.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that came out at the end. But yeah, many years of very successful sculpts and amazing pieces coming out from all of those guys that were extremely talented. So yeah, you pretty much nailed it. I mean, it was a matter of, why don't we just make some figures that we want? Because there's certain things that we wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a natural step, natural
Yeah,
progression.
nobody was doing it. So it was, obviously it was all Rob that was like, hey, do you guys want to make some figures? And we were like, yeah, well, sure, yeah, let's do that. And then all of a sudden it was like, holy shit, we are really doing that. He wasn't joking. So surprise,
this wasn't a joke. All right.
surprise for all of us, but yeah, it's been fantastic. And you definitely learned quite a bit being on this side, as far as, production and everything else. So it's been a very interesting journey indeed.
Truly, I think the behind the scenes aspect of just actually seeing everything that it's entailed into actually getting a figure into people's hands.
Oh,
All right. And Gordon, this is where you pick up.
Well, I pick up, yeah, like the behind the scenes stuff. It's like I never even imagined the amount of back and forth that was involved in the smallest decisions. Everything from sculpt to tooling to accessory layout, even just loadout for the figure. Like, what can you put in the pack? What makes sense? What are we going to plan for future waves? Is that going to make sense 3 waves down the road? It's an unexpected amount of balancing plates on sticks, spinning plates. I was not expecting it to be quite like that.
It definitely seems like that, because you guys have brought to the action figure community something that we really haven't seen with this first wave, the Lemurians. We haven't really seen any really good or as articulated lizard folk as this wave, and they have been absolutely amazing. So I'm not going to do all the talking. Jason, would you like to throw something in?
No, it was, I think besides the fact that they, came up with characters that were lacking for us collectors, was bringing, their own unique brand to life is like the style of everything, like the way the armor is styled, and a different kind of look that's still has that nostalgic, sword and sorcery feel to it, but with something kind of new. It has its own feel. Like, it doesn't feel like something else. You can see where the inspiration comes from, but everything feels very original. To me, like, one of the biggest things is you guys, like the company itself, the way you guys present yourselves, the way, everything's kind of like been out in the open. This is how we're going to do things. Here's what's going on, like, all the time. The way you've communicated with the public constantly, to me, is, and to other collectors and stuff, has been absolutely fantastic. Like, we love it, and even like, I know myself, like, I was in from the ground floor. I seen like the designs. I was like, oh, I'm in, count me in, and I know Don was too. And we brought other people in that were like, had seen like the stuff, but didn't really pay attention to it. And then we were like, sending them figures, and we're like, here, take this, check this out. And everybody's like, oh, now I see what you're talking about. These are pretty freaking cool. And we're like, yeah, that's what we've been trying to tell you, So, and then we talk about the company itself, and everybody's like, really? That's pretty cool, man. They're not just like making you wait 7 years, pre-order something and wait 7 years to get a figure. And we're like, no, these, and they tell you if something's wrong. They're like, if it's delayed, Rob's, you guys are sending out an email saying, hey, this is what happened.
Right.
And this is why. Here's what we're expecting. We can't promise anything because it's outside of our control, but at least we're trying to keep you updated.
Exactly.
I gotta thank you for that, man, because like I think Stell and Tim would agree. We're so nose down into this. It that perspective. It's cool to hear that perspective. What you guys think, what the fans think.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to see it get recognized.
Yeah. No,
Well, it's not even about the recognition. I mean, it's. I think it's cool to get perspective from somebody that hasn't been hip deep in it as long as we have, and it's awesome that you guys feel that way. I mean, that just makes it all the more worthwhile. That's very cool.
Well said. Well said, Gordon.
And you know the some of the fun stuff that like maybe you guys don't hear is like because you don't have a complete long running background of Savage Crucible as far as like complete. I mean, you guys have written lore, of course, and stuff, you know, and there's stuff there, but it opens the door for like photographers and collectors to like start creating our own stories because we're not seeing like what a character really is. It's still new, you know, and it's kind of fun. It's just like, here's this blank slate. Do what you want with it, you know, and it's been a lot of fun. I love mixing, you know, with my photography, like I use Lemurians for everything, man, whether they're good guys, bad guys, or, you know, they're just a blast. You know, I love the armor designs. I love the weapon designs. You guys nailed it, man. And you know, we're fans. I know me and Don are, we're diehard. We've been talking about this, you know, right from the Kickstarter.
I mean, thank you. Seriously. Thank you so much.
I think I've probably bought the same amount of figures for myself as I have for the people I've given them away to.
Yeah.
Like just, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Check this out. I've sent, you know, so many out. I've done custom builds with the character packs and given those, you know, to friends of mine that are photographers, and I believe in this line so much that I'm just like, here, take it, go.
Well, you guys are making me feel bad because I haven't given any away.
You give knowledge away, and you give skill to the.
I don't want to give away. Jack shit away. I'm like, I love these figures. You know what I mean? I know that's terrible, but you know,
I would tell you guys, like, you know, the things like me and Don see that are really cool are, you know, you know how collectors are. We're like, I got this line, this line, and this is what I'm sticking with for right now. And I don't have it. You only got so much budget, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then
100%.
we're like, hey, check out this Savage Crucible, man. It's the new thing on the street, bro. You know, they're all like, nah, I don't want it. And we give them a little taste. And next thing you know, 2 weeks later, they're like, I pre-ordered 17 more, you know? So there's guys that are like, you know, the fan base is growing. Whether you realize it or not, or whether you see it or not, it's
fantastic to hear.
And it's a good thing
because of people like you and you guys putting it out there. That's why.
You guys play a big part.
Yeah,
totally. We're just having fun.
You and all the photographers, yeah. But I mean, see, and that's what this is all about. It literally is. Let's make figures that are fun. How can we make this more fun? How can we, try to not relive, but almost capture what we've all experienced as kids, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what we constantly strive to do for this line. You know, even though it's new, you know, it's intended to like make you feel like you used to when you were in the highlight of playing with toys. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm in the highlight now. I don't know about you.
Well, I've never stopped, but yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, right.
Don?
No, it's sorry, I'm sending Renata invite for the chat. It's seeing the figures. I was very excited. Getting them in hand, I was even more excited. But my biggest highlight was when at Joe Fest I could finally meet, you know, some of you guys and seeing how you were in person and watching your shows on YouTube and your updates and all that, and actually getting to meet you guys in person, because you always see the people on YouTube being their very best of the best, and then when you meet them in line, never meet your heroes.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
but when I got to meet you guys, there was no difference. You guys are the same on YouTube as you are in person, and you are some amazing people. The way you
Thanks,
guys,
man.
the way Stell and Rob interacted with my son. He's he's autistic, and he's sometimes a lot. But the way you guys interacted with him, you made him feel so special that day.
I mean,
And
we're just
He's a fellow
people.
savage, man. We
Yeah.
treat all, our
We're
savages.
just-
We take care of them.
but we're just people like everyone else,
All part of the fold.
There he is. What's up, buddy?
Yep. But I mean, he still has his savage Lemurian in the box.
Yeah, I didn't open all mine either, buddy. I hear you. I hear you.
And there's the hat.
I can probably talk for the team too. Probably the best part of the shows is seeing kids that just have no idea what we got on the table, just coming up and just being so hyped, and just seeing that kid's imagination just running wild. And you just know that in their head they're just building lore,
Mhm.
and looking at these figures, and that's what it's all about in my mind, because it's like, that's what we're trying to capture in ourselves too. We're trying to feel that feeling of when we're kids ourselves.
Bring that wonder back again. Bring that
so
wonder
it's just
back.
it's great to see that, kids getting excited for the toys. How much longer are we going to have that? It's great to see. So
Right.
Yeah. So real quick, welcome to the show, Renato.
Ren,
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys.
Renato.
Thank you guys for having me over. It's an honor.
One more thing. Let's address the chat because I've been neglectful of the chat. So HCO, how's it going? Alberto, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
Alberto.
Tripping in with Toys, thanks for jumping in, man. Wesley, welcome to the show. And look, there's Renato, and that's how I saw you were watching. But yeah, I mean, that was probably the biggest thing that impressed me about the line, and what made me such a large backer was simply that was how you guys interacted with the fans, the transparency you guys have with the fans, and just your general attitude, your good attitude towards everything with taking on, I'm sure, a huge stressor, building a figure line, watching it, go from a Kickstarter, or go from an idea to a Kickstarter to getting it to people's hands, and then moving on to your next waves and expanding that, that whole realm, that whole Crucible realm. It can't be easy, and you guys make it look like it's cake.
It's not. And we stress quite a bit over a lot of things, but that's because we're just trying to make really unique figures, for everyone to just have whatever type of fun that it is that they have with them. So
yeah, and I mean it's the way you guys are going. I mean, you got your lizards, you got the barbarians, you got your fish people. Like I said, the and then on your website, just the drawings of possible ideas going forward. It blows my mind what you guys are going to be able to do. And my wallet hates all of you, but it's okay. It'll get over it.
Well, next year we have beep coming, and we also have beep coming, and beep 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 beep. So.
So, all right. So, Renato, please, you didn't get a chance to introduce yourself, or tell us about yourself.
Oh, first of all, is my mic working or is my headset working? Can you guys hear me?
Just be quiet. So go ahead, Don. Yeah, we can hear you, Ren.
Okay. I can tell this thing is always faulty on me. Well, first of all, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, my name's Renato Guevara, and I am a #1 fan of Savage Crucible, as some of you may know.
You won.
Backer #1. Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, who am I really in this? I love the line. I love the toys. I'm just here having fun with them. I think a lot of it, like sparked my enthusiasm to kind of start painting, like over a year ago when I first started hearing about the line. I think that this was one of the reasons that really kind of drove me into getting into painting and getting a little bit more serious of toy photography. Well, about a year ago, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been a little bit lazy with everything, just with schedules and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm a collector, man. I'm just a toy collector, and loving playing with my toys at every area, every nook and cranny of my house, and at work.
No.
Oh yeah. I have I might have a figure or two on my desk at work. I
Yeah.
cannot confirm nor deny that, but yes. So speaking of figures, let us switch this over here. Oops.
Ah!
Hey, there you
Oh
are.
God! Turn it off! Turn it off. Oh,
There we go. Let us talk about the newest member to the Savage Crucible line, Veterans
Gordon.
Rapax.
He's cool.
Gordon.
Look at the
He's
blood.
super awesome.
You don't want to talk about the package that you did that I love
Yeah.
so much?
I don't know. What do you guys want to know about? I mean, this is Alex Wu's design, yes. From the factory, master
That's correct.
painter, master designer, came up with this color scheme for the body and the arrangement of parts and the color scheme for the armor, specifically in mind so that we can start to utilize some of the additional Savage heads that came with the Wave 1 accessory pack. So, you know, we wanted people to be able to take advantage of all those extra parts they had so they can army build this new character type. And he's got all these new accessories. I love the double-bitted axe. That's
Mhm.
when I used to play Palladium, my first character was a Wolfen, and he was like 7-8 feet tall, and he had dual double-bitted axes, and it was just near and dear to my heart ever since.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool design. I love the color,
too.
the armor.
I love it.
His backstory too. His backstory is awesome.
Yeah.
Who wrote the backstory?
Yeah.
That was me. And I'll be honest with you.
That
I
sounds so
didn't
sad,
see-
Gordon. Jeez.
I sound well, I don't know. What do you talk about, right? Like, Rob showed me these pictures over Messenger, and I fell in love immediately. And the first thing that came to mind is, okay, the package is going to be green, and there's going to be blood all over it. That's the only way it's got to happen.
Right on.
But I didn't say it because Rob would have said no. It's like, no, what are you, crazy? We can't splatter blood all over something. So I had to be able to sell it. So then it's like, all right, so how do you sell the package? You got to come up with a backstory. Why the hell would you smear blood all over something that kids are going to be buying, right? Like, what's the point?
Oh,
So-
don't worry, my kids loved it.
Kids, you mean 40-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the same
Okay.
thing, right?
Gotcha.
So the actual story came about doing what I normally do. I usually go and I filter. My browser has lost connection to my camera. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we still got you.
All right, I don't know why that happened, but less stress. I can scratch my nose now.
Hope you're back. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, there it is.
Honestly, man, like anytime that I approach any of this stuff with the Crucible, I go to the Bible, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. We literally have hundreds of pages of history for the entire Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
About, you know, every continent, anything that you see with Seth's cartography, everything across the map, it's been detailed out. So we know about the communities, we know about the societies, we import, export historical figures, creation myths, like the stuff that James G wrote is just it's magical, right? So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but the way that he did it is he set it up is like, these are just the places you can create anybody you want and drop it in there and see what happens. So I was looking for blood, took a look at Seth's map, came up with the gray rot hive, and I did a little bit of reading back into the Bible about that.
Mhm.
And they're a hydrophobic, kind of like slime mold type of species, and they don't like water-based things. And so if you smear this guy in blood, that's water-based
Yep.
armor, essentially. And then I had to backtrack from that. Well, why the hell would he be smearing people in water? So, or smearing each other in blood? So, a couple of days of research, couple of days of bouncing around in my head, and I cobbled it together and sent it back to Rob, and thankfully he liked it. And I tried lots of blood. There was one package that had a lot more blood on it, but that was a little
bring it back a
inappropriate.
little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, so with this figure, you get 4 new weapons that have not been seen yet or going forward yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the little rapier there, definitely, I'm
Uh-huh.
definitely trying to think about how I can make him into a pirate. You know, just throwing that out there.
Right.
I want to have a Veterans Pact pirate eventually. But even like the details with the the blood on the weapons, the blooded armor and stuff like that, and the storyline that goes behind it, it just it sparked my thought process on how can I make a comic book with this guy and what the other figures I have.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
it was definitely an inspiration seeing this figure. Great work on it. So next is wave 2. Our next big wave, the Barbarians, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Starting off with Krieger the Shunned. Another amazing figure. The sculpt that goes into this guy, just his head sculpt alone.
That's
And
Kevin. That's Kevin magic right there. Your camera's back, Gordon.
Cool.
Yeah, that's Kevin magic right there.
I mean,
Yep.
it's phenomenal what these figures are going to do with my camera, with anybody's cameras, with everybody's camera. I mean, they are. I believe this is a PL Toy Box. He did these shots, and he's a phenomenal photographer, and he really knows how to capture every little bit of these figures, from the veins, the glare in the eyes, the armor, and just the way they work together and fit.
I think that's a PL one, but I think the one prior was
this D Amazing.
D Amazing.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both,
Indeed.
both great.
And
We were just waiting for you to finish, so we weren't interrupting. Done.
Oh no, go ahead.
Sorry. No,
Interrupt me. Please correct me. I make a lot of mistakes. And then there's the Who Man, the lead character of the graphic, which I shall have my hands on a hard copy here soon.
Oh, that's
right on. Good.
But I got the digital when I saw that. And I was like, man, I got to have a hard copy of this. This is something I want to read all the time. I'm tired of reading on my phone.
Right. Wait till you get to the back of the graphic novel. There's some really cool concept art. Yeah.
I like that. And this guy, again, can't say enough about this guy. From the face sculpts to the armor. It's just a testament to all of your guys' hard work. And every bit of every player in your guys' company coming together and bring us this line.
Well, that's what's key, is that we all do work really well together. I think that's a big part of why this line works so much.
Let's see. There is Jaeger. One of my favorites from this wave.
Mine too.
Yeah, I love the the animalistic side. I like the werewolves, the werecats, things like that. Werecats, I said, just throwing that out there for future use, maybe. Meow. But yeah, and I believe.
Look at that! Oh my god! Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
One of my favorite aspects of this, this Therian, is the fact that he's got that old school classic horror Wolfman look that is just just speaks to me so much. I love it.
Yeah, it's everything about it is perfect. It's just, and it was just like I said before. It's you see the influence of everything, but also it feels very original.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
very,
the design is so great on this guy too. Because you don't really like, even if let's say you didn't know much about this character, you're looking at this picture and the figure itself speaks so much to the character. You can definitely pick up hints of bounty hunter, a soldier of fortune, I don't know, it's a great design on this one. I really like how this one was put together all throughout.
And I believe
Really looking forward to this guy.
Sean Strupp and his family, Strupp Family Crafts, they're doing the soft goods for this one, correct?
I'm not sure
Soft
if
good cake.
Yeah.
Was it the design? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was for.
They're not doing. They're not doing the soft goods for all, but they designed the soft goods for this guy.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And see, and that's amazing, because it's another aspect I like about your companies. You take people from the community and you integrate them. You integrate them in, and it's.
It seems only natural because that's where we came from.
I was going to say that's how we all got recruited.
That comes back full circle right there.
Yeah.
Yep. And this guy, my favorite, Nash Horn.
This one was a sleeper for me, but I think I actually went back and got more of him than anybody else when all was said and done. Just to get the parts.
The blue hue on his skin is just breathtaking.
Yeah.
I love those horns. Those
horns are great.
They give me a Pan's Labyrinth vibe.
Yeah.
How so?
In the El Fauno and their Pan, I guess the goat guy with his horn. It's just the style from that movie, but I don't know. It has like an eerie vibe to it.
No, I like the sandal. I like the sandaled feet.
Yeah, I think the cleavers with the sandals.
Even the scabbard, man. I think Kevin just did such great work on it.
That's probably top three most liked things about Wave 2 is the fact that there are scabbards upon scabbards.
Yes.
So good.
Now, the next one, the Frazetta. From this picture, you created this.
Indeed.
And it is,
and you're welcome.
Masterpiece.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes. No, it is a masterpiece. Especially, I love this picture.
Oh, thanks, man.
That is Tim right there.
Yes, it is, and it just brings out the raw intensity of this figure with that.
He doesn't look happy, does
bones.
Thanks to Tim, I had to get that throne too.
Yeah. That's the power of a good photograph, because then you got to hunt down all the accessories you see and stuff.
I'm kidding.
Right? Drives me nuts.
But yeah, how excited were you guys when you found out Frazetta was giving you license to do these figures?
Well, we had worked with them through MAFC prior, so we had a really good relationship with them already, and we were beyond thrilled, of course, when they agreed, and we're like, yeah, let's work together.
When we did the Death Dealer stuff, I mean, I personally didn't actually see that going anywhere else after that. I was like, this is a really cool thing, and it's really cool that we got to do it. And then the relationship continued because they're really cool folks, and Rob, the relationship that developed is just everybody really worked really well with each other, and this spawned from it. I couldn't believe it. It's one of the coolest things.
Yeah,
and amongst a sea of cool things that has happened in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have quite a lineup. I mean, I remember when you were doing the reveal show, saying about the Frazetta. I believe before San Diego Comic-Con. And then the teas, the sweet teas of which other ones guys want to do. I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait to see where you guys go with it. All right,
I can't
so
either.
next up, I mean, speaking of the accessory packs, you know, this is just one of them. You know, and you know the hands, the extra armor, the rusted, beat up weapons, the beer mug. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That armor. Oh,
Yep.
Oh my God, it's
What about the skull fists down there? Are great.
Yes. The
I mean,
fists are
how
awesome.
savage does it get when you're beating someone up with skulls on your fists? I mean, come on, that just screams brutal to me. I love it. It's so fantastic.
The next
beat you to death with your best friend's skull.
Right?
Hell yeah, there's no better way to say you love somebody than beating them with their friend's skull. I mean, and this one, the weapons with this one, you want to talk about brutal weapons? Here you go, that spiked mace, the double-bladed spear, the damn hand knives. Oh my God!
That neck hook up there.
Yep, the hook neck piece. That's
the head hook, yeah.
Yes, and then that's Jaeger's alternate head, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
It's another Therian, actually. I don't believe it.
That's right. It wasn't Jaeger. It wasn't a second Jaeger. It was a way to make a second Therian. That's why I had to order two.
That's the same reasoning I use. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. It's not the same person. He needs a different body.
I was trying to keep it simple, but right on.
But all of these, you know, figures and accessories, you know, again, is a testament to your guys' dedication to the collector world.
You know
these special ones.
The circular thing between the two heads right there. You know what that was, right?
Wait, which one? Between this one?
Nope, go back.
Go back.
The other one?
Yeah, between those two heads up there. Do you know what that is?
I feel like I should know what that is.
It's an eye patch that you can actually put over the heads.
Right. That's right.
So not only can you get, now you can have one guy that's, bandaged up, one of his eyes is missing or whatever. And
and actually he does have one of his eyes is scarred.
Yep.
You can have the bandage covering it. You can have the bandage with the helmet on. I mean, it's really nicely done for that one. And I just have to say props to, I think, Gordon, you did that navigation kit too, correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's
right.
The only part that I have in this. The rest is all Kevin. Yeah.
Beautiful piece.
Other than the sword. The sword I did too.
And the sword, yep.
Just
the rune work in that is real good too.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, you were going crazy about that one. I forgot still that you get to look at that in hand.
That's all Rubus. Rubus's concept.
The way on weapons that the way you shape the blades on everything, where you followed not only historical stuff but that little bit of fantasy art, thrown in, whether it was like Boris Vallejo stuff or Frazetta, and then like the details on like the navigation stuff, and that's what makes the all those little things so just awesome, so those little touches on things that just make everything just more fun, where like you're opening the package and you're just like, oh cool,
yeah,
I think that's one of the coolest aspects that spilled over into this from MAFC, because if you go back and look at MAFC, like our parts library, some of the coolest stuff was the accessories and extra pieces that you can add onto the figures, whether it was like little pouches. Lee had done this amazing freaking turtle pipe. It was a turtle that was a pipe, and this like dragon staff, and oh man, I mean that was some of the
that was really cool.
Compared to like the heads and stuff, it was just the extra little accessories, So it was great to kind of bring that over into the line for Savage Crucible.
Yeah, because I mean, with all the figures, looking at these shots, these were for the Kickstarter, just promotionals, right? The weapons and the armor sets and everything, because like with the Lemurians, all the armor is removable, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right.
And can be used. Like I can take this guy's armor and put it on a Lemurian Savage.
Absolutely.
See,
You can do. Oh man, I don't want to spoil it. No, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Now don't spoil it. But I mean, it's those little details, those little things that make this line so special.
Yeah, like you can take the Lemurian stuff, put it on these folks. You can take Human's armor and put it on a Lemurian. It's all fully interchangeable. It's all got that same system with the traps and the delts. So it's and any belt accessories or anything like that, like you saw with Nin.
Oh right, yeah.
Problem with the traps and the delts, and it just
that eye patch made on the Lemurian too, right?
I don't know. I mean, there's probably a way you can fandangle it on there.
Or
Probably it would work best on Como.
Right, because his head's not as long.
Yeah, because it doesn't. Yeah, it's not elongated.
See, I was able to fit Como's skull mask on a Royal Guard.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I might be able to. I'm going to try to pull that off.
what is this magic you speak of?
Yeah, right.
Pure
Well,
luck.
Your way.
That's what that was.
Depending on what old MAFC pieces that you have, you can actually get
Hold on.
some of them to work.
Let me get that there.
Bring it.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I wanted to make a barbarian version of Como.
Well, you
Sorry.
did.
Well, I'm working on it. Yes.
That's awesome.
So
That's Lee's piece?
that is.
Yeah.
All right.
Very
So wave 3. This one I've heard from a lot of people in the community is probably their most anticipated wave so far. Our fish people, the piranhoids. Nowhere and I've searched through like the toy history has there been piranhoids ever. And you guys have brought us these fish people that are menacing, translucent and just really, really cool looking. From the weapons to their skins to the details and the textures to their heads. It's definitely a highlight for the line, especially for a lot of people. You move on to your Savage. This guy is, the spines and the details, and even how you go into the texturing of the scales and the skin on this guy. It's ugly, but it's absolutely beautiful to see.
You can almost tell what this guy smells like.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes.
Right? I'm actually right there with you. I know what you mean.
It's just
Fish sticks. Fish sticks all the way.
it's just like a Lake Erie walleye, just basking in the sun.
Yeah.
Like the sculpt, I think, like you guys said, the sculpt is. I'm looking forward to getting them in hand. Honestly, I can't wait to play with these things. But it's it's Rob and the guys, Dave and Alex at the factory, who are experimenting with the materials that are getting that translucent, and the same thing with the slates. Getting that infused plastic, so you're getting just that shimmer to the surface of it. I think it's going to bring a lot to it. Like I haven't seen them at a con. I think this is the first time I've ever seen this photograph here actually. So I'm very excited to get these in hand. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next one is the Fathom Scout. This one is probably one of my favorites from the wave, just because he's got the armor, and he's the first one that you can tell he is a warrior. He's a soldier. The other guys, you can build him up to be that, but this guy just has the look. I mean, right there. Now, I saw this guy at Joe Fest. I think I have some pictures in there. And he was amazing because you guys put the light up underneath him, and just the way his skin glowed from that external lighting. He was definitely, yep, that's my favorite.
Yeah, he's been to many shows.
And the color scheme of everything, the way everything offsets really well, is just it makes the rest of it pop.
And we have the League Striker.
This one's, I think this is top of my list, honestly. I'm a sucker for anything that's green, honestly, but I love the paint on this and the armor. It's awesome.
Yeah, and they did do some minor updates on the armor too, which are killer, especially on that loin piece there.
Looks
and
like
Tim
a
should actually
tail.
talk about this. I mean, he was the one who did the Paint Master, so.
Well, Tim, give us the rundown.
He pulled a homer.
Well, I don't know. What do you want to know?
So,
how many different greens are in it?
Yeah.
How many?
How much Nullen oil did you use?
5 or 6 different greens.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. They blend so well together. I mean,
Well, right, and so that's the key when you get these in hand, just like Nashorn, you're really going to be in for a treat because you can take all the photos you want, but until you have it in your hand, under the light that you can see best with, is where all the really cool surprises come out. You know what I mean? You can really see all the little detailed work that was put into all of these.
You can see the updated line.
Are you referring to your work? I mean, it seems a little, selfish. Push. No,
Oh my God, you jerk! Anyways,
those
that
eyes
took me a minute. I didn't realize you were talking to me. Anyways,
next up is the Abyss Dreadnought. The brute. It looks like the brute of the wave.
He's a beast, yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
He's
look
the
at
heavy
this
infantry.
I love that.
Want to run him?
The glow that comes from within the mouth and beyond the gills is so good. It's so good.
I love that helmet too. It I don't know about you guys, but it gives me such Lord of the Rings, Uruk-hai.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, this guy is definitely one of the heavy hitters of the wave as well. I mean, just for that simple fact. Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's a battler because look at the scars in the armor.
That's the cool thing too. I feel with this wave, like you were talking about the scout earlier. With the scout, he has that very almost like organic armor on. Where you can kind of say he's like your basic infantry. Like your fodder infantry that you send like your front lines. And then if part of my friend shit hits the fan, you got your dreadnought.
This guy,
at the end there to kind of just mow everybody down.
Yeah, he's there to clean up the mess that the other guys missed. And then you have their leader, Harbinger of the Abyss.
The big old baddie.
To say the least.
And there he is holding the coin and the book. And this is a very interesting figure.
Who did the book and coin? Who did
That was me.
Yeah.
It doesn't even I'm just looking at tentacles right now when those images come up.
The tentacles, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually a really cool story about the coin, the cipher coin that he's holding.
This one?
Because we were actually in a video chat and a bunch of us, and I was telling them, I was like, it would be really cool if we could get the cipher coin to where they could hold it and they could use it as like a port key, to like open up portals or something, right? This was a long time ago. So as we're like talking about all of this, Gordon is literally shrinking this down to exactly what I was saying. So, you know, this was something that wasn't even, you know, conceived of right out the gate, you know, and that's again the beauty of it's the beauty of this line is how all of these things kind of unfold at different times and they still work. What were you going to say?
Same
Gordon?
thing with it's the same thing with the book. The book came out when, you know, after I finished reading the first graphic novel, I was like, that has to be made. That must. My Harbinger needs to hold that when I get that figure.
Indeed.
What's up?
So thank you for making those, Gordon.
Yeah.
Yes.
My contribution to again a sea of awesomeness.
Indeed.
And going into the character pack, the Rising pack, it's where you get the book, you get the
All those
trident.
great heads.
Yep.
That shield, you guys got to see that shield in person too. That, you know, that picture does not do it justice.
No, wait a minute. I think I might have pulled. I gotta see. I couldn't fit all the pictures in, so I might have to get rid of one to put one. But yeah, that shield. Here you go. I think this is the one. That.
Oh God, Lord, that's fucking fantastic.
There it is.
It reminds me of Dragon Slayer.
Great movie, right?
And the weapons pack on here, the coloring on the weapons themselves.
Yeah,
you know
those blades are awesome.
Yeah, looking like they're straight, you know, pulled straight from the deep seas. It's, you know, beautiful. Now you get the 4 heads here, correct? And then you have the second head pack that you can buy separately, which I did.
Indeed.
So you get another Fathom Scout, League Striker, Savage, and Abyss Dreadnought head. But you also get 6 more for the slates.
Indeed.
And
so basically every single head in Wave 3 for the slate.
Yeah. So if you weren't army building, you should.
You should.
Yes, you should.
Oopsie.
I mean, we're not telling you.
That's the whole reason why I got so many
but you will be.
But if you were planning on, I mean, we wanted to help out a bit. No.
But I mean, these heads look amazing.
Look at that.
Look at that.
This is just one example.
Yes.
You know, now I'm going to figure out how to put a mini LED in that one, and try to light it up.
That would be fantastic.
But yeah, I mean, this Wave 3 seems, you know, outside of being the most popular, it seems to be the next step up from the Lemurians. You got your lizard folk, and now you have your fish folk, and it's again just expanding collectors' beasties that they can have, you know, in their collection, and the photographers doing battle and having these strange and fantastical creatures becoming a part of their worlds and building stories with them. And now, you know, if you ever, you know, imagine like Popeye fighting some fish folk, here you go. You got the fish folk now, you know?
I'm looking forward to that photograph, actually. That's going to be awesome.
Well, speaking of, how do you guys as company reps feel about, you know, what you've seen from the fans, you know, and the customers that have bought the product and the guys that are like me and Don that are throwing up photos and stuff like that? How do you feel about it?
Real quick. Let me introduce Rob Post. Oh, wait.
Oh, he made it. Yeah.
And his mic is muted. There we go.
I'm here, guys. How's it going?
Oh yeah.
What's up,
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
I thought I'd sneak in, but you know.
Perfect timing.
Sneak in, but we don't get to look at him, so you only get to hear his sweet voice.
Well, I'm in the car driving, so unfortunately it'd be dark anyway. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's very mysterious. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jason.
No.
Right.
So, what do we think about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, like not only just us, but like the community in general.
Yeah,
like,
right. Everyone,
your collectors, your fans.
We're beyond ecstatic because this is exactly what we wanted. we wanted you guys to enjoy them on every aspect. And so when we see anyone say anything about them, posting a picture, customizing, whatever, that's exactly all that we wanted. We just want you guys to have the best time that you can with these. You know, I don't want to go as far as and be as corny as going making memories, but you know what I mean? Like we definitely want you guys. Well, and see, and I didn't want to go that, but I didn't even think about that. I'm sure some of the stuff that you guys have actually done together, you have created somewhat memories, you know, coming up with ideas on what kind of photos to do or whatever each week. And I mean, I guess the extension of that, we could have never anticipated the bonding and the friendships that everybody would make. So we're extremely proud and we're extremely happy.
Every time I see one, I see new life in something that's been living on my computer screen for years. Like we are in a lot of ways, we're in a bubble because we don't share a lot of stuff until it's time to share it. But it's there, it's passed around, and you build your own head canon, and we talk about things, and we have a lot of expectations, and then it gets out there and it takes on a life of its own. And behind every one of your guys' lenses, you're putting it in situations that I never even would have thought of. And it's like, boom, that's super awesome. Matching it with this character in this environment never occurred to me. And the way you set up your shot, light it, it's very cool. It's and everybody's giving it its own life, so it's actually
Truly.
I'm looking forward to it every single day when I open up Instagram or Facebook. I'm looking for new takes on something that I've kind of gotten used to seeing, so it's really cool to see it through somebody else's eyes.
I would like to make a request too, while we're kind of on the subject. If you guys would at some point revisit the movie poster idea again.
Yeah, we're definitely everybody
because
loves that.
That was a great idea, and Stell stole my idea.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was the one that told you about that.
So next time, I'm not going to tell him what I'm going to do, and then
Well, my thinking, and I know we got a bunch of the Savage guys, watching and stuff. Is one of the next ones I think we'll do is we won't do another movie poster, but we'll do a book cover.
There you go.
Okay.
I like that too.
So basically
just don't tell Stell your idea because he'll steal it.
I'm waiting for somebody to do the classic romance novel.
Yeah, I know, right? Long blonde hair on the Lemurian.
Somebody needs to take like a Barbie hair skull cap and put it on Como. Standing on a cliff.
All right, I'm stealing that idea.
Yeah, right.
Barbie hair.
He's writing it down with the guys.
Yeah, that's mine.
And doing the Savage Saturday photo shoots, it's such a great thing.
You guys are the reason I got this on Amazon. So
look at that, dude.
It's a good book.
It's going to take me a while to learn my camera, but I'm going to get
it. But yeah, being behind the scenes with you guys, it's great. It's awesome to see the concepts you guys come up with, and just everybody's take on that concept. It's great to see what everybody kind of comes up with. So it's an honor to be part of the Savage Saturday.
Dude, it's when you guys join in, it's the best, and it was, I came up with the idea because I was like, I'm gonna start taking photos as soon as I get these in hand. So I was, I run another collaboration for some other stuff, and I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna do a Savage one, so I'm gonna make it. And so I reached out to Don, and I'm like, hey man, you want to help me on this? I'm thinking about throwing this together. And he's like, hell yeah, I'll try to recruit some people and we'll see what happens. And I was like, well, if it ends up being you and me, then it's you and me, and we'll just run with it. And it's been great, man. And all you guys being able to jump in and be creative. And that's my biggest thing is like, with collaborations is I try to not only get people to just take a photo, but try to like work on stuff so we can kind of like improve on those skills. You know, it's like 1 week might be like kind of a fun thing, like the movie poster, but at the same time, you're working on editing skills because you're having
Sure.
to put in, text and stuff like that, and you're messing around with like, oh, well, how do I change this and make this really cool that it looks like a poster. And then other days, maybe like hey, we're doing like single light kind of stuff, so you're working on that end of it. And I love seeing everybody get creative and then improve, like because you're able to like use some practice a skill, and then it transfers over to your other shots, and then you come back to it, and you end up being instantly better 5 shots in, just because you learned a couple new things, or tried something new that you hadn't tried before.
Right.
Really appreciated when you guys introduced the rule of thirds topic. That was pretty cool, because that kind of sent me on a little rabbit hole into like all the different techniques. And I mean, I don't really appreciate any of that until you're, I guess, for lack of a better word, but forced into looking into it, right? That is what I appreciate from these weekly like challenges.
Yeah, and I am the first to tell you, I know jack shit about photography. I have been making this up as I go. So, and it's everything I learn. It's like if I learn something, I go, okay, well, let's try this. I want to work on this. I know I'm not good at this, so how can I improve? Well, the only way I can improve is if I do it. So if I go,
that's true.
Here's what we're doing, because I'm going to work on it.
That's the motivation I've been lacking up until this point. But in like now that there's this community, this collaboration, playing with toys, it's like what more motivation do you need, right?
Right. I mean,
it does not get any better.
Yeah.
And you get to unplug, for that whatever time that you spend on it, you don't think about anything else. At least I don't. I'm in that world.
Sure.
That's where I'm at. Everything else, the house could be falling down around me. I wouldn't
just give me time to get the shot done.
Yeah,
don't fall over.
But we appreciate, because it's all of your artistic work from all of you. From all the creative guys, from Rob's, brilliant, daydream of, savage crucible of thinking of this portal that sucks people into, and being born into this. And then we get to like run with our own stories and be creative. It's just like creativity stacked on top of each other. And I think that's where it just gets really cool, because it's one person's art on top of somebody else's art on top of somebody else's art on top of somebody else's art, and you're not stealing. You're just like glorifying all the ones that came before you.
Just getting inspired by everybody else's ideas and everybody else's work, and it all starts with the figures that we collect. And your guys' figures have done that for so many people. They've inspired people to look into doing toy photography, look into customizing and doing their own paints, swapping out armor sets, and going beyond just, hey, look, I've got a cool figure, I want to put them on my shelf. It goes into, I've got a cool figure, I'm going to play with this guy, I want to see what I can do with him. That's
the thing right there. Play with it.
Yep.
And then your guys's live streams that you do, when you do the painting, like the painting classes, or the little come together, paint a figure with us. Those I think those are so beneficial, especially with the slates, especially with people that want to customize these figures into their own. I mean, I've seen so many people in the Facebook one that have taken their basic slates and turned them into some amazing looking figures. Just the color schemes they've put together, and the ones that have done custom heads and made dragons on the slates. I mean, those have been amazing. And it all comes from your guys' idea and giving us this thing that we've been missing for so long in the figure community, that it's here. Well, let me work on this. I can create exactly what I want now. And
well, I mean,
Yeah.
You're welcome. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Again. See,
No, that's not kidding.
well,
though. I
well,
mean,
yeah, but it's hard for us to like. Yeah. All right. It's just we look at it a different way, so it's hard, I guess, to try to for us to hear like compliments like that. They are nice. Don't get me wrong, but that's we never once like think like that. Like, oh, people are going to love us for this one, or you know what I mean? It's how can we make this cool? How can we do something unique? It's so I mean it is nice that you got, it's nice to hear.
It's cool that other people like the same stuff that we like. That's cool.
Right, exactly.
And that's community. So it's not just us, it's you guys, it's the photographers, it's the painters, it's retailers, retail partners, everybody who's out there talking about it, right? So it's very cool to see that it is as vibrant as it is so early in its life. So that's awesome.
And like Gordon said, it's early, so the parts library is just going to grow from here. So the customization and all of that is just going to expand as we progress more and more. So I mean, I cannot wait to see what people come up with, with customs, with paint design.
A year from now, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I've already started building my second house just for my Savage figures. I mean, that's the way it's going to go.
Proactive.
So, like, speaking about what I was saying earlier about how much you influenced myself and my children when I remember talking to you guys about a picture that my son wanted to do. Well, we did it. There is his rendition. You wanted to see the conclusive on the back of T-Rex fighting, and that's my 16-year-old's figure. He chose to fight against it.
That's fantastic.
So, but I mean, this was all my kids' idea.
This looks like this was a fun setup.
It was, it brought all of us, just me and the kids together doing something fun, playing with toys and having a good time. That's
you've never seen the tagline?
Well, we talked about this at Joe Fest. That's when he brought it up, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes, sir.
Totally. I was like, yeah, I love it. Let's do
it.
Well, the tagline is Savage Crucible, bringing families together. So, you're welcome. Sorry, that's the last "you're welcome" joke. I promise.
Nothing says family like middle fingers and Gordon.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. I mean, that's what brings me and my kids together. I mean,
you think with how the portals work and everything, it'd be like Savage Crucible ripping families apart.
Getting rid of your old family and bring you into a
the only way your child can say "fuck you, Dad" without getting in trouble is with that middle finger on the barbarian finger.
That's what I did, Dad. It's great.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So
go to your room. Look at this figure.
So that being said, is like you guys were talking, how crazy it's going to be in a year from now, and watching the creativity level and seeing everything that you guys have worked so hard on for so long come to life. Where do you see SC in 5 years? Which isn't long.
Rob?
Yeah, we're gonna let Rob answer that one.
I think Rob's busy.
I was really, really wanting to hear everybody's answer first. The first thought that popped in my head is all I can think of is more gray hairs. But holy crap, 5 years? I don't know.
Okay.
That's a really good question. I mean, when I sit here and think about it, I know that all the things that I want to tackle and get done, and the thing that we struggle with the most is we can't put out everything at once. And unfortunately, the first thing that pops in my head is like this long list of characters that I pray are done by then.
Right, like the Kroll figures.
No.
So close, Tim. So close.
We talked about this. There's like two, maybe three characters I'd like to do in Crawl. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting. I mean, one thing that we're really committed to is just having a really huge part library. That's what we really want to do. I think, this year we'll introduce some more sizes between characters. I think something we haven't really talked about a whole lot is that the humans will be a couple millimeters shorter than the Lemurians, but all the parts are still swappable. So
Nice.
That'll be interesting. I don't think most people are going to pick up on it because the helmets and things that kind of change heights or whatnot, but definitely adding more depth to it. But in 5 years, I think that I don't think there'll be too much that we haven't tackled in the next 5 years. So that's my initial thought, guys. What do you guys think?
I agree, except for with the Krull stuff.
Gordon, at least do those soldiers.
Gordon,
I hope I'm still doing this 5 years from now.
Right.
That I haven't annoyed everybody and
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
I'm pretty sure I would go first. Gordon, you're fine.
I don't know. I can't even imagine the parts library 5 years from now.
Right.
But
I can.
It's going to be what other avenues do we start to explore to tell the story? Like we've got graphic novels going, so I'm curious to see how that expands and what other.
Well, remember we had that idea about telling stories through a box of Kleenex. So each one, every time you blow your nose, you get to like read it before you just tell stories through that.
Pull them all out through like Savage Crucible flip books.
Yeah, right.
Like an animated series.
Yeah. What you really need is for like when you guys are at the shows to have like some really awesome dial maker make some really cool displays so you can set the figures up.
And you asked me earlier if I was self-promoting. Oh, you scumbag. Well played, old Pool. Dirty Pool right there.
In all seriousness, I know Rob wasn't behind stage for our pre-talk. So I'm bringing it up now because we have the chat here, which are people that would support this coming to life. We need to make a Savage Con a real thing. Rob?
Well, this was your guys' idea, so we should be like Don, Jason.
Well, I've already started. I've already started turning the wheels on it.
You can't just jump on it. It's his IP. I mean, it's your guys' company.
So I'll say this. I mean, I'm not completely against it, but I'm not also crazy about it just because the thing I love about toys, and I always have, is the mixing and matching of different lines. Mm-hmm. And I just want people to be able to collect what they want to collect. And so I have talked to a lot of other creators, and we definitely want to have certain conventions that creators can go to so that it's a more bang for your buck from a collector standpoint. PowerCon was great. Last time it was in Ohio. There were a lot of creators there. It was really great for the fans. Joe Fest last year, same thing. A lot of creators there, as you guys know. So I think that was nice. I think ZoloCon this year will also be on that same kind of level. So I don't really want to create something just for Savage Crucible. I just rather it be, for fans. And so what does that mean for me? I don't know. I like I said, I think I'd love to see Fresh Monkey Fiction there and Skeletron and Action Force and
like an indie con.
Yeah, just the indie con. And I think that would be, to me, that would be huge. And then just have it rotate to different parts of the country each year would be really fun. And so I've talked to some of the other guys about it, and that's sort of what I would want. But the guys are pretty gung-ho about having one from their perspective. But
did he just call us hoes?
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's what it sounded like.
I will
Cool
tell
with
you,
that.
Rob, that Don and I had talked about this, as fans, and it wasn't so much of it being a Savage exclusive con, but being an inclusive one where you guys are just the showcase.
Sure.
Where that's just because everybody else, other places have their showcase host or who the headliner is, basically. Makes me think like Monsters of Rock tour, and stuff like that. And that Savage Crucible will be the headliner. You're going to watch 15 bands before it, but eventually you're going to make your way over to the Savage Crucible's giant thing.
So, what city would you guys want to do it in first?
We don't know. We're thinking somewhere I'm thinking southern Georgia, maybe.
Okay.
Northern Florida, Alabama,
Something like that.
Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie,
Virginia.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Jupiter, Florida.
Georgia's like the hub of there's like so many that happen there.
I mean, there are a lot. Between Toylanta and you got Joe Fest right over the border, and then there's a lot of shows in that general area of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I think that there are shows in Florida, but we were just talking about we haven't gone to a show in Florida, which we desperately need to.
You got volunteers to help you set up, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Oh, thank Christ! I
manpower for the
love
towers.
hearing that, man. Oh man, do I love hearing that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm open to it. If people really want to do it, I'm open to it.
I mean, we'll even do Alabama. I mean,
To Alabama.
FanCon.
Like it's some wasteland here.
Well, I know
That's fun.
there's Jacksonville, and Jacksonville doesn't really have, that I've seen, any big toy shows. They have like anime cons and things like that. But as
Yeah.
far as like a toy specific toy collector, whatever show, they really don't have a big one here. The big ones are like Orlando or Pensacola, because they got Pensacon, they got MegaCon. There's those. Those are the bigger shows here that are toy centric.
Mm-hmm.
But Jacksonville, they have like little ones, but I think that's more up your guys' alley, right? You like doing the little more homespun conventions?
I mean, from my perspective, yes. I think that the pop culture cons can be a lot of fun depending on which stars they have there and whatnot. But
yeah,
from my perspective, you get the same amount of people coming to your booth, whether you go to a toy convention with, that has 5,000 or 3,000 people walking through, or you go to a pop culture con, you have 140,000 people come through.
Yeah.
It's just, the impact's about the same, honestly. So from what we can tell, the only cool part is when Matt's flexing about all the actors there that he knows and they come by the booth. That's fun. But other than that, I don't know that we get, there's that huge of a difference.
What if we did something like what's the little town? Was it Fairhope? Right on the border outside.
Yeah, outside Mobile.
Yeah, smaller town, pretty quaint. Kind of a cool place to visit.
It is.
It may be a good little starting point, and draw enough people in. It's a decent enough area.
Well, the hardest part you're going to find with other creators is they want to make it easy to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it's like a one flight, no connections kind of deal, they love that. That's one of the drawbacks to Joe Fest, which I love Joe Fest. Part of the appeal is that it is a little bit harder to get there a little bit, I guess. But, you basically have to fly into Atlanta or Charlotte and drive there.
Right.
If you're not from the area, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only other consideration I would give it. I don't know. We can talk about it some more. I mean,
All right. Well,
I'm
that's
open to it.
acceptable.
As long as Gordon agrees to come, I'll do it.
Well, now that's never going to happen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we might as well just go ahead and schedule this thing in New York. So,
Yeah, right.
Let's go.
I think that's
Yeah,
what we should
I'm writing
do,
notes.
Actually, Gordon, I do think it's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a show close to you so we can come to you.
Yeah, I agree.
In all seriousness, I think that'd be awesome.
Let's just do it in his backyard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Then
You got a big backyard, right, Gordon?
Then he's got no excuse.
I got a couple of tarps. Yeah, we can sort it out.
We can do this.
I can't
Gordon's
come
hosting is what you're
outside
saying.
today.
We'll get an inflatable.
I don't know.
But,
Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
No. We've had a bunch of ideas popping up, and we've also been throwing around the idea of starting a toy photography convention. And during the toy photography convention, inviting toy photographers come out there, set up tables, show their work off. But the other side of that is inviting, different lines out there to set up tables as well. And during the convention, having like areas, like a customizers section, a toy photography setup section, things like that. Well, I mean, you're not going to carry figures with you, but if you've got the vendors there, pick a couple figures up, go over to the table, learn how to take some shots. So, I mean, that bringing both those worlds together seems like to be, a good way to kind of explore both worlds as far as convention. You don't really see any toy photography central conventions. That I've only heard of one maybe. And that was another idea we were throwing around that we could showcase, like you said, you want to showcase several different lines. That's another route we could go. We could set up this convention if you guys would be willing to come out to that. If we could get, like you said, all these other lines to come out there as well, bringing everybody together and sharing, the collector's perspective, the toy photographer's perspective, and the vendor's perspective all at once. That one might, be another way to bring it all together too. But just ideas right now. We're still working on how to fund it and how to find venues and set it up. So, like I told them earlier, when you guys a couple of years from now get wave 12, we'll start it up.
Wave 12. That'll be out in 2026.
There you go. See. So, man, I got to get on track then. Shit, I'm behind.
I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we said earlier, it's this community has grown so much. As far as the Savage community, and it is simply based on the quality of work, the quality of people that you have behind the toy line, such as yourself and the gentleman we have online right here, and your whole team. Your whole team has been absolutely, amazing to talk to, meet, and everything. And that's what really drives this community to, collect your figures. It's not just, oh wait, these are cool figures. It's the whole fact that, wow, these are some really cool people. These, they're collectors themselves, they're customizers themselves, and they're putting out a product that, we can stand behind because they stand behind it. And, from the community, thank you. Thank you for being like that. And thank you for running the line like that. It's truly amazing to see a line do that now, to be honest.
Well, we appreciate it, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, I don't know how to do it any other way, so I don't really think anything of it. But
There you go.
We're not perfect. None of us are, especially not Tim.
I knew that was coming.
Yep. And I love all of them for their imperfections, just like they love me for mine. So that's,
And he's got plenty. So, yeah.
There's no shortage of that, sure. But yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting to be in this position, to be surrounded by so many creative people. It really is. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we talked about the movie posters, photography, which, I don't really comment a lot. I just click the like or love buttons, but they really are enjoyable. And I don't know that you guys understand how much we post those pictures in our private chats. And it really brings a lot of life to it. So I do have some ideas, and we can talk on the after show part about the ideas I have, because I don't really want to put them out in the public right now.
Yeah, I got you.
I think I have some. Yeah, I think some pretty cool things popped in my head, at least from my perspective. But let's talk about toys. What else do y'all want? Hey, you get one free question that I may or may not be willing to answer. So if y'all want something, something juicy, now's the time.
Let me go to my bank of like 30 pages of questions I built up. Come on now.
I was gonna say,
I might have questions too.
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Will
Jack,
we?
speak up.
I've got a question.
We are not doing the crawl question again. I'm sorry. Although those knights would be really cool. I'm just
The
saying.
Slayers, yeah, I agree.
Slayers would be amazing.
And a Cyclops.
Tim with a stick and a dead horse. Just
Let's see.
See, you guys laugh, but watch. All of a sudden, a few years from now, somewhere out of nowhere, Kroll figures coming. Kroll figures
completely
coming.
exhausted the characters that we have.
See, what Tim doesn't know is I've already filed for the Kroll trademark.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna put out a box with Kroll on it. It's just gonna be a cheeseburger inside.
He's gonna get the IP just to have it. He's not gonna do anything with it.
He's just gonna own it.
I'm surprised you wouldn't put a ham inside there, but right on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jason?
Man,
The burning
that's a tough
question.
one. I mean, because Rob and the crew have talked about so many
So much.
ideas,
Yeah.
and things they already have planned. Man, it's tough. Every time you do something, you're like, "Yep, we thought about that. Yep, we got some plans for that."
Well, and we listen though to all of you guys.
Yeah.
So
I know you do, and it's tough because there's already been like so many fantastic ideas.
Oh,
I will say that's a great question. I won't ask that one though. That's not mine. And I know another question that's asked a lot is they're going to be like, bigger giant beasts, and there was talk of like maybe it depends on how things go as far as what's feasible to make. Biggest question would probably be like, what other IPs that are way outside of people's thinking have you thought about dragging into the Crucible?
Twilight Zone.
ooh.
Oh wait, that was
Turkey
just
vampires.
mine. Sorry, that was mine. My bad.
Even if it doesn't have to be something that's set in stone, but like, what other ideas have you had like that you would like to see introduced, whether it's like Tarzan or Planet of the Apes stuff, or something obscure. I know you talked about like cowboys and Indians before, and like samurai and things like that. What's some other realm that you may have toyed around the idea with of bringing something in, if you can say?
All right, so here's the problem with the question, right? If you start talking about what you're interested in, even if it's obscure, then what is everybody that's listening in that is going to go do? They're going to go looking for it themselves, right?
Right.
So I don't really want to spoil things for people, but I mean, it's safe to say that I own some trademarks that I'm not at liberty to talk about right yet.
Fair enough.
So
that lad.
I know.
Yeah. There's some other stuff. I mean, anything that Frazetta's ever touched would be something that would interest me, even if you think it's not necessarily fantasy based, right? So, I think that's a fair place to start. I don't think there's anything in his library that I would consider not being a part of the Crucible. If you want to talk about something just sort of, it's not obscure, but something that it would be really just kind of weird, like Bone would be really different for Harvard Studios to tackle. I think that would be fun. It's just sort of interesting because I think that I was reading, not reading, I call it reading. I'm sorry, Gordon. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it was great because it was really going through the comic book industry. It was talking about like graphic novels, and if you talk to people, they talk about how the world's falling to shit in comic books.
Yeah,
and that's true for Marvel and DC. But it's actually not true for the entire market. It's actually growing.
Right. For the independent ones. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for the indies, and a lot of that is in anime, manga, or manga, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But also some like stuff like Bone, things like that, that are really interesting. And just in terms of, so there is different markets out there that maybe aren't called fantasy adjacent. That would be really fun to bring in there. I think you can definitely expect some samurai themed stuff coming through. I can't spoil too much of that, but that'll be adjacent as well to our stuff. So I think you're going to see more lines from even other companies using parts that are compatible with Savage Crucible.
I remember seeing something about that.
People haven't really seen. Well, people haven't really seen the redesigned bodies for Almighty Legends that are coming out.
Yeah.
And then there's another company that's going to be coming out with figures that are Savage Crucible compatible. So, that's really going to kind of open it up in terms of what we can go after and tackle and do really well. That's the best way I can answer it in terms of just not wanting to spoil anything for anybody, but I like to go do the things that no one's doing, or people say that, I get tired of hearing like everything's been done, and it just hasn't.
There's so much out there that hasn't even been touched yet.
I can think of one.
That's a fair answer, Rob. Thank you.
There's been so many other questions. There's been a couple simple ones like, is there any thoughts of hand packs for Lemurians and Piranoids, like different hands for them? Another one was like Beast of the Crucible. Will we see mounts and beasts? Because I know there was a teaser of a Komodo dragon, I believe, from SDCC. Is there like plans going forward to do more kind of beast accessories for the figures?
So, all right, who's been talking in the group, guys? Who's been talking? We were actually 2 weeks ago going over concept art, engineering for a mount that we want to do. That's certainly true. The Komodo is part of our stand set that's already been in tooling. So that's more of like a normal size Komodo. There's some other bigger animals coming. The sculpts are finished on those. We actually teased one back in one of our, but no one's gotten it right yet. They all thought it was something else. So that's kind of fun. I know you guys hate me because I'm so. What's the word I'm looking for?
Vague. Vague.
Yeah, vague. Yeah, vague. Very vague. Hard to pin down.
No, I like it. It's like a game.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, we dropped, like, you know, it's just kind of like I was laughing about, like, oh, I bought the IP to something and do something different with it, and that's exactly what I've already done. So, yeah, I think that that's all on the table. There's things that we want to do. There's some slightly innovative things that we want to go after. One of the mounts. I'm not really mount crazy. I think that's a lot of shelf space to take up. Yeah, and I think that other companies are already overloading that market, and in the sense that it makes it really hard as a collector. So I don't want to do that. You know, I just had a conversation. The D20 Wolves are great, but you know, you can buy those in Hong Kong for less than $60 now.
Yeah.
So, and we were paying like what, 180, 200 or something when those first came out.
Yeah, they were up there. I think the idea of beast, I mean, from my head, because like you said, the market is, you know, saturated with mounts. I like the idea of companion beasts.
Right.
I like that because you really have to search for those type of figures, and most of the time you've got to go cross lines to get something to meet that requirement for your, you know, especially for like shooting pictures. You got to kind of search around to find those beasts to go with the figures.
Oh, I agree. That Komodo is because the only Komodo I have is that McFarlane one from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and so that's why Kevin did a beautiful job on that sculpt. It's bigger than that one from McFarlane. I want to say it's probably like 3 times the size of that.
Yeah.
So it's exactly. I'm with you. Like, I want a big buzzard, because how many scenes in fantasy have buzzards, but no one's making a buzzard.
Yeah, like, especially an articulated one.
Right. Exactly. So those are really important to me. I think so. Companions, familiars, whatever you want to call it, really important to me. Yeah, sure, we'll do an owl, we'll do an eagle, you know, the standard stuff, you know. But if you're not doing ferrets, then do you really love the 80s in fantasy? I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes.
I want to see a squid for the piranhoids. Or an octopi, an articulated.
Right?
Octopi.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot there to do. So yeah, that's certainly on our radar. I think actually Classifieds does a pretty good job of bringing animals in. So I was having that conversation. Ren was on that call where I was abusing Lee about one of his smaller things that I've been begging him to sculpt for the last 2 years. So, yeah, so that's definitely on the table. Yeah.
I don't know. All I see in my head right now is one great big Savage Crucible Beastmaster pack. You know, with all the animals and what was the chick's name? What was the actress? Redhead. Come on, somebody.
Oh, oh, never mind. I almost said something on your show. It almost got real dirty here.
Yeah. You know. Have to change that rating.
Yeah. So are you wanting the? I always I've even met the man, but I spoke to him a couple of times. So I can't always screw up his last name. Corselli's Beastmaster, or are you wanting Andre's Beastmaster? So.
Yeah, the movie, yeah.
Yeah, that's Corselli's, which is loosely based off of Andre's work. So
right. You know.
Yeah.
I think either one would be a winner.
Yeah. I could see that whole pack, you know, with the panther, with the ferrets, the hawk, you know, and maybe one of those the demon guys with the bat wings, you know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The Birdmen.
Those
guys are so awesome.
The bird Batman thing. Yeah.
I don't know if they have a name. I wonder if that's in the script somewhere.
It's got to be.
I will find it. Hold on. I will search for this.
Now, I will tell you that one that was offered to us that I've thought about is Phantasm.
Ooh.
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 Mm-hmm.
Like that's really out of like right field, right? So,
Yeah, that's definitely coming. Very interesting, though.
so
Phantasm Savage.
Winged Devourers.
Wing Devour. That's a
Sounds about
fantastic
right.
name.
it really is.
That is their name, the Winged Devourers. So, my Google knowledge isn't best. My second brain helps me out a lot, but yeah, I mean, as far as asking, the questions of what's coming, I think those are the biggest questions that we got from our photography community and people I've talked to. You've already answered the Frazetta figures. Another one I got from a couple of guys is, how does a small business owner become a direct retailer?
You just
Like a
email
small
us.
toy shop. Just email?
Yeah. Just email us your name, your address, how you sell, whether it's through a website or you have a brick and mortar, and we just add you to the list. Provided that you're not too close to anybody that's already selling. We try not to overlap people.
Right.
We don't need 6 vendors at a toy show all selling Savage Crucible.
I do.
Yeah. That's not fun for anybody.
No.
So I want, I think part of running this business is trying to keep a healthy balance. You want people to be able to get stuff, but you don't want stuff ever going on clearance or people not being able to sell it. Because at the end of the day, when you think about the cash it takes to buy stock at the retail level, mom and pops, and then they can't sell it, like you're just killing them, like you're putting them out of business. So you damn well make sure that you don't put them in a bad spot. So
Someone asked from the chat, Vikos asked, if y'all were to make beasts, will they have satchels, like
mounting chairs, right?
Mounting chairs,
right,
and whatnot.
Yeah, depending on their size. I mean, like,
yeah,
if they're mountable, then yeah. I mean, even if they're not mountable, like let's just say like the Battle Dane, like, if you have a dog, you definitely want to put some satchels on them if you're in a world like that, right? Like, why wouldn't you?
He's definitely going to need to carry some stuff.
Yeah.
There was mention earlier of the graphic novels. Somebody asked, was there a second book in the works, and is there a timeline for it?
The second one's almost complete. Rubus, he's like pages from being done on that in terms of drawing it. So, then I think Maja's already colored some of the pages, but I don't think she's all the way through. So, I'm hoping by first quarter, it'll be complete. We estimated that we thought it'd be complete by Christmas, but I ain't got there yet.
That's all right. It's worth the wait. It is definitely worth the wait.
I don't know. You guys all cried over the first one. I don't know y'all emotionally prepared for the second one.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
especially some of the panels that we've seen that we haven't shown.
Oh man, is it another Game of Thrones where all your favorites die right away? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I'm not. I can't spoil anything. But, like, if you don't like a character, it's okay if he dies. But when you like a character and he dies, like, damn, right? Like,
impact. Yeah,
that sticks with you.
Let's see.
I mean, come on.
For the first
I don't know. I was pretty upset when Joffrey died in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, sure you were.
I was upset that they didn't kill him sooner.
Yeah, right.
That was about it.
Expected date for the first female figure is a question from the chat.
I didn't hear Tim's breathing really hard in his mic. I didn't hear the first part.
Expected date for the first female figure. I guess it wouldn't be date. Probably maybe a wave.
Oh, that'd scare you guys if I told you the wave. Y'all don't understand the naming conventions yet. I don't know if a female will drop in 25 or not.
Aw.
That's that's one of those things that we've been going back and forth on the schedule and the latter part of the schedule, and which I pretty much have to make a decision on really soon. But yeah, I think the first female will probably drop the beginning of 26.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
There you go, Chet.
It's Savage Crucible's version of B. Arthur.
Yes. Wait, it's got to be a 4-pack. It's got to be a 4-pack.
4-pack.
No. It's just her with like Blanche and the rest of their heads.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Yeah, that's
Seven.
exactly what I was thinking.
And armor.
Yeah. It's called Bloody Girls.
Yeah. Thank you for being a savage.
Yes. Oh man. But yeah, I mean that's all the questions I got for now. But we still did have some features.
Oh boy.
Talking about this one coming up, and this one I believe pre-order starts in January.
That is the current plan. Yes.
And this one is a fantastic drop. He's a very deep dive character. You know, not a lot of people were really knowledgeable. I had a base knowledge of him, but I started diving into the lore and history of him, and damn, this is definitely one of a kind figures to be able to produce.
Yeah.
So.
I understand in the toy community he may not be well known because there's no toys of him, right?
Yeah.
But in the fantasy realm, he's well known. He's probably the most well known character for going back that long. I mean, so yeah, it's kind of a misnomer, but I understand what you're saying. Like, it's definitely never been done before in toy.
Yes.
The inspiration for so many other characters that came after him. So it's pretty unique. But yeah, I wanted to do it. They were enthusiastic about it, and I can't wait for you guys to see the other characters that we already have sculpted and in the works for soon.
Very excited about those.
Yeah.
So vague.
This is a treat for sure.
I love it. Next one is this one. Again, I'm a sucker for the Lemurians. And this one, the Shield of Desarea, I am looking forward to having a massive quantity of these ones.
So I'll say that Gordon did just a great job on the bio. Loved it.
Yeah.
Gordon, is that canon? Is that how you say the name?
Desera?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's how I've been saying it.
Okay.
Cool.
I actually
I
have
didn't screw that one up as bad as Stelios' last name. That's good.
Well,
there you go. Yeah.
There's a reason why we all just recall him Stel, right? Like,
That's right. Jordan, even the first name.
when I put in the hotel reservations, I'm like, Stel D. period. That's it.
Yeah.
Like they'll figure it out when I get the driver's license. I actually have a production sample of this figure. I just got this week. And some of the guys I saw last night, but I love this figure. Nikki did a beautiful job on the skin, and Alex killed the chest piece and the
chest
piece
piece
and everything. And let me tell you, so at the factory, we painted his potion bottle red and metal or whatever. So the factory produced that in a translucent red,
and it is glorious.
it's so gorgeous.
Yes.
That one little piece, like the way the light goes through it, is just amazing.
Mm.
And that cloak he's got on him, that soft goods coat, that was made for Jaeger as a sample. But obviously Jaeger has a brown thing, so they're just kind of showing us the texture of the material and like how they wanted to distress it. And so when I was in Hong Kong, I had this. What you guys don't know, Tim, I swear you're breathing so hard into the microphone.
Have I been the entire time, guys?
Yes.
I
Just
saw
after the
I
crow
saw a bunch
question.
I
Just
saw a
after the
bunch
crow
of
question.
I saw a bunch of no's. So
Calm down, Darth Vader.
Yeah. But most people don't do this. We do paint samples of certain figures ahead of time so that we can send them overseas in case something opens up at the factory in order to take advantage of any kind of production opportunities that come up. And this was a great example where I took the skin over, the skin sample that Nikki had done, and I'm sitting in the office and we had that waist piece and chest piece already tooled, and we had some mold injection samples of it, and they're just like, yeah, we've got opportunity this fall, let's go ahead and do it. And I was like, perfect.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's how that guy got made so quickly. Now when he gets to the States, I don't know, but well, he's gorgeous though. Maybe if people show up to Toylanta and Zoocon, they might have a shot at him.
Damn, now I gotta buy tickets. Another one that I saw at Joe Fest I was really excited about were these ones. The dwarves. And the Delver.
Delver, yeah. Nesgrel is a personal favorite. Also a really personal favorite of Nikki's.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarves will come in 25. So
Okay.
I'll say that.
Yeah, those are I like the fact that the dwarves are the ones with the flintlock based weaponry too.
Right.
And that helmet, the war pig helmet, that's awesome looking.
Oh, Kevin has I think it's over 30 different heads. Just armored heads. It's ridiculous how many there are. So that'll probably be the next character pack you guys see. Is when the dwarf drops, we'll probably do a character pack.
Okay.
In that
Nice.
way. So, yeah.
And then it was all the photos I could steal from Facebook and Instagram that you guys have dropped.
All right, so I got a question for you guys.
Yep.
My question is what do you think we will drop in 25? What are each of you get two guesses? What do you think that we'll drop in 25 that we haven't talked about or shown?
Ooh. Well, I have my hopes and dreams, but I don't know. Jason, you go first.
I'm gonna say it's for sure. It has to be a Frazetta figure. Which one? I have no idea, because I was thinking for sure it was going to be a female, but if Rob's saying there's no female till 2026, but he has hinted at possible other things. So I'm going to go with a Princess of Mars, maybe a what the hell's the hero's name? Blanket.
Carter?
John Carter.
John Carter.
Yeah, John Carter.
Thank you. John Carter.
Be a good one.
I like that.
All right. That's one. What's your other one?
It's going to be a beast. There's gonna be some kind of animal coming.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wolves have been done. Horses have been done. Rob's gonna be more original than that. Oh man, I don't know. A freaking rhino, you know. I don't know. It's some sort of animals coming.
Okay. All right.
I'm sort of along those lines. I go back to the first graphic novel, and all the people that helped the Who Man in the beginning. There's the rock golem guy.
Uh-huh.
There's the tiger guy, and trust me, the tiger guy, soul's done. I'll send you the money now to build a damn thing, because yes, that guy was amazing. And yeah, I like how you guys do the beast people. You know, my favorites has been cat people, and I want to see a good raven or bird people. I always say that on your guys' show, but you know, just raven for obvious reasons, but any type of like bird people or avian type people or even bat people would be cool. And then something, and then the beast, the companion beast. That's what I'm kind of really excited to see how you guys imagine that and bring. What kind of like bad beasties or companion beasties you can bring to life for me to add to my shots and give my Lemurians and my barbarians and my Piranoids somebody to fight besides each other.
Okay. All right. Those are pretty good picks, guys. Pretty good picks. You're so close, but you're also like 1,000 miles away, and I love it.
That's okay. It's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, I will say that Rob, when you make apologies for what you can't say, that's literally half of the fun for the rest of us. Is the guessing and not knowing.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to know. It's more fun like when it comes out, and it's fun to spend the time, thinking about what could be or what might be, or so. We thank you for all of it.
Well, I want you to know it's pure hell for me because I would love to tell everybody. I know the guys would too. Keeping Elric for as long as we did a secret was painful for me.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine. That's an awesome figure to drop there. I know there's a lot of I've been pushing it out to everybody.
Yeah. And didn't see it coming whatsoever.
Yeah.
No.
That was definitely, and that's one of the draws to your line, your company, is you guys put out these figures that are that people have in the back of their minds but never think they're going to actually get them.
Yeah, no one
and then
saw
all
it
of a sudden
coming.
here you go.
Right.
Here's your Lemurians, here's your Piranoids, and then the Frazetta figure, and then Nashorn. Damn. I mean,
so I'm trying to think.
Jaeger.
Jaeger's. I'm trying to think. I want to say, like, keep me honest here, guys. But I think on the lineup, there's only been like 3 figures that we've shown in the lineup for 25. I think everybody else, no one knows or has seen before. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I don't know if that excites you guys or disappoints you.
Yes.
I don't know.
No. Very excited. And like Jason said, that's part of the joy of this, is the surprise, saying what are they going to drop next? What's the next thing they're going to give us? And that's it, the anticipation, the waiting for it, and then being able to get it in hand. That's all part of the seeing and the way you guys do it with the process of this is these are the paint apps. This is, with your guys' show, this is them in the factory. What you do over there, showing, the process and highlighting the factory that's doing it and the people in this factory. That's amazing, because there's no other toy company
Very
that does
cool.
that. There's no toy company that, puts out there, hey, these are the people over here in the factory doing the work.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys doing that and taking the time and showing us that process and that side of things, kind of opens our eyes to saying, okay, so this is why it takes so long. Awesome. And then when you notice a problem and you put out there immediately, hey, this is fixed, that helps, for me at least, and I know a few other people in the community, that helps ease our mind saying, oh, okay, well, they're not rushing it. They're giving us quality, not just quantity. They're not just pushing out, hey, we got to get these figures out. It doesn't matter what what's wrong with them, just push them out. Because that just causes disappointment when you get the figure. But what you guys do, you say, hey, there's going to be delay because this, and that, and wanting us to get a quality figure that, okay, I'm saving my money. Then here you go. It's here for when that figure is ready to drop, and here you go. I'm willing to take that time and wait for that figure to come out, the way you guys envisioned it, the way I can get it, in hand and have the confidence with posing it and playing with it and using it, out of the box after, a hot bat, and not have to worry about, well, is this thing going to break on me? And what you guys do with showing us the backside of everything and the behind the scenes, just gives us that confidence. Okay, my money's going to a good place. My dedication to this line is a positive experience, not a, hesitant experience. If I explain that right.
No, I get it. Trust me. I'm right there with you sometimes. I mean, we're all collectors on this call, so
Yeah.
and that's how we treat it. I think, actually, I think y'all's Ray packs went out today.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. So hopefully the mail service isn't too backed up. I can't wait for you guys to. Oh, the 21st. Okay. Well, trust me, I've been getting delivery dates too, and they're not meeting any of them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This time of year,
crazy time right now.
every days.
Yeah. It's been very painful the last 2 weeks for me. For a number of reasons. Like I have like 75 boxes and like 20 boxes showing up for you guys, and I'm like, oh my god, like I need this. Please stop. So yeah, because that's why some people's orders didn't go out until today, is because we were waiting on the feet to get here. And I'm like, yeah. Anyway, but they're all here now, guys. So enjoy them.
Excellent.
I just can't wait to see. I'm really gonna be curious how Ray Packs goes over when you guys start opening them up, and some like one of the goodies that we added to that no one knows about. It'll be a great litmus test because I have, I've talked to the guys about it, and we have some grand plans to expand it in very fun, meaningful, and non-exploitive ways. So, yeah, no, thanks.
You guys were talking about surprises, and Rob loves giving surprises. I don't know if he likes receiving
Christmas,
them,
of course.
Yeah, and these guys have kept it a secret for a while, so they've known about this thing for a while, and I've just been like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be beautiful. But well, that's why I think it's gonna go. Till your feet hit the water, you never know, right? But it'll be really interesting. I think what I really want to hear right now is what each of the guys on the team, what figure they want to see. Irregardless of the schedule, what's the figure that they most want right now? And I swear to God, Tim, if you say
I'll go first.
I'll
go first. Right, I would like to see Kolchak the Night Stalker come into the Savage Crucible.
That was actually an excellent idea.
I know.
Yeah.
I have lots of them. He just doesn't listen.
I just admitted that you've said that before. Like I just complimented you on that. Don't give me that shit. Next, Ren.
I have two figures for me.
One, Rand, you have to nail it. You have to scope. You can only say one, man. Come on.
All right, I love multi-limb figures. So for me, arachnoids.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Gordon.
How about Stell?
No, because I'm thinking still.
Oh, the wheels are turning.
I don't know. I don't know if I can divorce what I know and what I want to see.
That's
I
fair.
don't know.
They don't know that. I mean,
True.
that's the beauty. Yeah.
But now we do. Now you just
No,
get-
you
now
don't.
we
You don't
do.
know Gordon. Gordon can fuck with you like that. You see? You don't know.
I don't know, man. I'd like to see a take on a creature that has natural armor, like
like
whether
an
it's
armadillo.
insectoid or even vertebrate, like an armadillo or is it a pangolin? Is that how you
Yeah,
pronounce
Pangolin,
it?
yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a take on, and like not necessarily human scale, possibly even smaller scale or possibly larger scale. I'd like to see something a little different organically.
Angry
Oh,
badgers with armor. I like it.
Oh, I know what he says that, and the first thing that pops in my head are my little scorpion inspired
Ooh.
jaw was.
Yes,
That's-
those
yeah.
things are freaking badass.
Yeah. All right, so we bought you as much time as we could, buddy.
All right. Oh, man. For me, it'd have to be probably like a thief type character or rogue type character.
See, I thought that's what Gordon was going to say. I really did.
Yeah. I really want to see some, I love plate armor and all that, but I would really like to see some leathery stuff, light armor,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
You know what makes a good thief? A cat. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Skyrim right there?
I'm stuck in that world. I'm sorry. No, a thief in leather armor. That would be really sick to see, especially with how Jaeger looks.
Mm-hmm.
That would, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would look killer. So
Alberto keeps throwing out shark people.
Yeah.
yeah, he's obsessed.
He is.
I think Nick started on a sculpt a shark guy like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think we've shown him a couple
Yeah, I
times.
think I've seen some, like on the page. I've seen some of the concept art with the shark people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more like brute scale. They're bigger.
Yeah. Those ones are definitely. I mean, we were talking about earlier the Abyss Dreadnought being the brute force of the Piranoid army, but a shark guy would definitely be your tank.
Yeah. I'd still love to see, one of my personal like abstract savage ideas is just
Their
like
answers change as much as everybody else's answer.
yeah. Was is a savageized Clash of the Titans kind of thing, a different take on Medusa, a different take on Calabos, and things like that. I think that would be pretty freaking cool.
Outsider Art said gnome assassins.
Gnome assassins?
Gnome assassins.
No, it's sense.
I like it. I like it.
I like that. That's good. That's a good one. But yeah, I mean, we're over the 2 hour mark. I know you gentlemen probably have lives.
I thought this was the extended cut. Good Lord.
So I want to appreciate everybody in the chat. We are going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm going to post that up right now. Just a second. I am taking one of my own Savage slates, and I am going to be sending it to the lucky winner in the chat. But you have to be in the chat to win it.
Hold on, let me get in that chat real quick.
I was thinking the same thing.
if you're in the chat, go ahead. There is the hashtag, and I don't have a computer to throw up on the screen. Sorry, so check the chat. Put up there hashtag Stay Savage to be entered into the Savage Wheel for the giveaway. But yeah, I mean, again, I said it earlier. I'm so into this line and such a huge fan that I think half the figures I've bought and I've given away to friends just to get them, introduced to the figures and the line itself. And most of the people I've given them to, they have gone out and like bought the entire wave somehow, some way. They have started hunting them down and buying them, and then joining in with the photography crew and getting shots out and getting it. And they have absolutely loved the figures. So I was very happy to see that this figure has such an impact with people, because there's a lot of people that I gave them to that weren't really into mythical lines or into exactly what you guys have been putting out with the Lemurians. But once they got them in hand, it was here's your rabbit hole, go ahead and jump. And it has made me extremely happy. Like one of the Veterus road packs is I actually have to send out to England once it comes in. Cool. So I will be helping out another person in our photography group, enjoying this amazing figure.
Yeah, and just like Don was saying, it's true. It's a great reflection on what you guys have done, because even if they're not people that we've dealt with that aren't really into the fantasy realm of it, and and embracing the lizard guys, they still get the figure and see the quality and the care and the artistry that's went into it, and still go, wow, these guys are doing something really good, and appreciating that, and then running with it anyway, so that just shows you how good of a product you've been putting out, is what I'm getting at. It doesn't even have to be the character itself, but still the product is really good.
Let's see. All right. So far, I'm just going to throw everybody that joined the chat and surprise somebody with it. So, good luck. But so we'll give some people, we'll give everybody some time to get that hashtag in. But in closing, we'll start with you, Mr. Post, sir. Is there anything you'd like to promote or put out there? Or actually, there is one more question. We mentioned it earlier. I think you said we'll talk about it later. But what would you like to see from the Savage Crucible Saturdays photo group? A theme, sir.
A theme? Oh, you put me on the spot now. I would say like a theme of like worst death or worst fate.
Ooh,
I like that.
Okay.
Worst fate. Noted. So, is there anything else you would like to put out there, or?
No. I think just in general, guys, we appreciate it, love it. We're incredibly thankful, and can't tell you enough how much we love the photography and how much we just love the fans. Looking forward to the next pre-order. I hope everyone enjoys their Raypax figures. I know that in itself is going to lead to a lot more other questions, which will be hopefully a lot of fun for everybody. And the good news is I'm being vague, but you only have to wait days to figure out what I'm talking about. So
4 more days. 4 more days.
Yeah, exactly. So having said that, I think that 2025 is going to be a really interesting year for Savage Crucible. And I think that I hope that you guys start to enjoy the new schedule. And by the end of the year, starting hopefully to see that take place in terms of how everybody gets their figures. And we appreciate all the grace that everyone's given us from our learning curves. I don't think we talk about that enough. Like, everyone involved, I think, is a very talented artist. But at the end of the day, there's a lot for us to learn. and improve on, and that's something that we'll continue to do with each wave, whether that's quality control or adjusting our sculpts or tightness on a joint, or even just, one of their biggest things is getting product out faster, which has been a very tough road to hoe, as they say, and we're getting better at it, but there's still some kinks in the road, so we'll get there.
First year. I mean, you've got many years to grow, because I don't see this figure liners company losing any traction anytime soon. I think it's just going to keep growing and going, and people are just going to fall in love with every figure you guys put out.
That would be lovely.
Thank you, man.
I agree with that statement.
Right.
All right, Tim, let's go move on to you, sir. Anything to put out there?
No. Thank you again for having us on.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Mr. Lake, sir.
I have nothing but love for everybody that's tuned in, for you guys, everybody in the community, everybody that's supported the Crucible so far. It's been awesome. Thank you.
Ren?
Renato,
Oh, sorry.
you didn't roll the R's enough, Don. That's
I am
Ren.
I'm so souped up on cough medicine. So if I'm be
I got you.
He's been hallucinating this whole
the whole
episode.
time. He doesn't know what's been real or what's been fake. Though.
He's like, am I talking to a bunch of Lemurians? What's going on?
Oh, this is live?
Shit.
No, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for putting out amazing pictures, amazing stuff out there that is really an inspiration. I know, like, at least for me personally, like, it really kicks my butt into gear into, hey, pick up that camera, because like these are so many amazing photographers out there that to learn from and to just pick up so many cool things. But yeah, you guys are amazing. It's really a pleasure to see all the pictures on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
It's just a fun ride. It's cool because it also gives me, and I'm sure of all the other collectors, ideas on how to pose it on our shelves. So yeah, it's cool stuff. So thank you guys.
Stell?
Well, not to be repetitive, but thank you guys. Thank everybody that supports the line. You guys are helping us grow and continue to do this. So a big thank you from the bottom of all our hearts. And a big thank you to you guys for allowing me in the Savage Saturday family and being a part of that. I love it. Everybody in the chat that is part of that, keep up the great work. I love seeing you guys, everything you guys come up with. And I hope with new things coming out that, we just expand on that and just see more and more savagery. So
What is he giving an accepting speech for an award?
Yes, Jim. Listen, buddy. All right. We had to bear your speech.
Take your award.
No, but I
Thank
do.
you,
I
God.
truly do love it. And thank you guys. Thank you for everything.
Jason, your turn, bud.
I'm just right back at all you guys, man. Thanks for giving us all of this. It's your hard work that's even got us here to sit and talk. It's all the creativity that's went into it, all your artistry, and you guys jumping in and like being part of like the photo groups and stuff is just it's a lot of fun for us, because we're like, you guys like show up and you're like rock stars to the rest of us. So it's fun for you guys to, it's fun for us when you like interact with the rest of us, and we all get to make some more happy memories together, and I love seeing for me, like, like running the collab, I love seeing everybody's different takes on things. Like, you get to see different artists' viewpoints, on a same subject, and it's to me, that's a lot of fun, and it spurs my creativity, So I always hope that it does the same thing for everybody else's.
I mean, it did for me. I had a blast when I would chime in. I had a really good time. You guys come up with really good subjects, so
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, it's a
And,
pain in
that's
the
all
ass,
that guy.
but I'm trying.
And Jason, man, a big props to you too, man. You come up with those collages that we, everybody's able to share. Thank you for that. And Dawn, man, you make that video too every Saturday. So I mean, thank you guys for going that extra step and doing that. I mean, that's awesome.
you already said thank you. Shut up.
Well,
It's
that was
Gordon's
something I
turn.
missed because you interrupted me, twat.
But all right, we've given the chat enough time, so it is time to spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel, get a
Spin the wheel.
There
slate.
we go.
Who do we got? I
Who is
can't
it?
read
Who is
that.
it?
Come on, Jason.
Alberto Morales.
All right.
No.
So I'll be reaching out to you, sir, and you have just won yourself another fine Savage Slate.
You should get a ho 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 right on.
Whoa.
The finger pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys could stick around for a few minutes after the show, it would be greatly appreciated for us to do a little bit of talk. Other than that, everybody in the chat, thanks for joining us. Gentlemen, thank you for being on. It is such an honor to have all you guys on here tonight. Jason, thank you again for helping me out with the show and keeping me straight and not going overboard with everything. So with that, good night. Hope to
Thank
see
you all.
again. And hold on. Not yet.
But wait, there's
I
more.
forgot. So me and Jason have come together, and beginning for 2025, we are going to start a monthly Savage Crucible show on the last Saturday, or is it Saturday? Yeah, last Saturday of each month, which is going to be highlighting photos from community, not just not just our photo group, but just Savage photos from everybody in the toy community, highlighting figure updates. See if we can get some more of you guys from the Savage Crucible crew on to do spotlights on you, and just give you guys a spotlight for a minute and to share your work and your other work and what you're excited about. Also, we're going to be putting out convention information whenever it drops. We're going to be also promoting the My Action Figure Custom Savage Crucible YouTube lives. So anytime that you guys have something that you're going to put out, let us know. We'll put it up. Other than that, and there's also going to be a giveaway at the end of every show of one Savage Crucible figure. So be on the lookout for that this coming year. So other than that, then I'm done. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good night.